Hi, and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk, aka Your Selling Guide. So you can find me at Your Selling Guide on Instagram, where I'm sharing daily tips, reels, random things that are happening, just chatting with the community over there. I love hanging out on Instagram. That's besides the Facebook groups, I'm not really a Facebook person. I am an Instagram gal. So you can definitely follow me there if you're not already. But today I am super excited to walk you through my very favorite software and a partner of mine on Your Selling podcast, Sellerboard. So Sellerboard does so much stuff, and actually in 2024, they're rolling out even more stuff that's TBD. I can't wait to tell you about it, but they're still working on it. They also have an app. And so what I use Sellerboard for specifically is my daily profit, how much profit I'm making on items. You can see your Amazon fees. You can see how your business is forecasted to do for the month. It's really just awesome. And in the app, you can see what you're selling every day. Again, you can see your profit with visual, like the Amazon app is great. You can scroll and see what you're selling every day, but I just love Sellerboard's app because it's very easy to click and see. So when I'm in stores, I'm like, oh yeah, what's this doing good? Is it making money? Do I want to replan it? I just go ahead and pop into the app and voila, I can see if it's making money or not quickly and if I want to replan it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything it does. I'm going to timestamp it all for you, so don't worry about that. Before I jump into the dashboard, I just want to clarify something because so many Amazon sellers, maybe they consider them a hobby and they're not treating it like a business. And what happens is if you don't know your numbers and you don't know what's going on in your business, you're probably not making money or you have expenses coming out here and there. And so you don't know what's going on. You could do your business on Amazon without Sellerboard, but I think it makes it really difficult. And Sellerboard makes it so easy to know your numbers so that you can stop your bad buys. You can replan what's working. It's all so easy. So let me jump into the dashboard and explain everything it can do. Okay, so right here, this is what is going to open up when you open up your first Sellerboard. So they have given me 2 months free for my viewers, so you can get it at yoursellingguide.com/sellerboard or the link below. You can try it out for 2 months free. No credit card is required. You can just plug in your Amazon account and it'll populate everything. It populates everything you've ever sold. So if you've been selling for 5 years and you get Sellerboard, it's going to pull it all in. Not to worry, I'm going to show you how to upload your costs real easy in a second, but it is that helpful and that easy to get started. So definitely try it out for yourself and see if it makes sense for you. It's not a whole lot. I think it costs about as much as Keepa. So it's not like a really big burden to add, but it's going to boost your business so much by just understanding what's going on. Okay, so here on my dashboard, you can see there's these 5 tiles here. So last month, February, I did $10,000 with $2,000 of gross profit, $2,000 net profit, and I'll explain the difference here in a second. It's got my forecast for the month. So in March, it thinks I'm going to do 14,000. I've found that those are pretty accurate. It will, if my sales start to slow, it'll come down. My sales pick up, it'll go up a little bit. But I love having this forecast because it helps me understand what I'm going to do that month. And if I want to make more, I'm going to send in a bunch more stuff, right? So it's really helpful that way. The cool thing about all of these tiles is that you can actually click on this. So say I didn't want to see a forecast for this month, but I actually wanted to see what I did 3 months ago. So now it's going to pull my December. And you know what? I want to change this one too to the last 30 days. So you can literally change these tiles to be whatever you want. The easiest way to reset them is just to go ahead and hit click here. So if you wanted, and then we'll have to hit filter. So you could set them up any way you want. They have these quick options. So if I do, I'm on demo mode. So for any of you fellow YouTubers and teachers out there, you can actually go to your settings, general, and hit demo, and it blurs it out. So these are my real numbers, but everything's just blurred out so you can't see what I'm selling. And then you hit filter again, and it's going to do today, yesterday, month to date, and last month. Again, I just like this. I'm used to their normal view, but I wanted to point out that you can change these to do whatever view you want to do. If you click on this, more of any of them, it's going to tell me my sales yesterday. I had $326, 16 units. I didn't advertise yesterday. I did have some FBM orders go out. So the shipping cost is the FBM order, or I guess it's just one, that I hit my account yesterday. One thing with the FBM shipping fees that flow into Sellerboard. So Sellerboard works off of all the different API, whatever data transfers that Amazon sends out to the partners. So it's off of a data transfer. So it could be 24 to 48 hours after you bought your shipping label on Amazon where it's going to show up in Sellerboard. So just know there's a little bit of a lag there. I found that at the next day, or definitely after 2 days, that it is there. I had some refunds, so it looks like I had $35 of a refund. You can see your Amazon fees. The really great thing if you ever want to know your Amazon fees. So let's see what I paid in Amazon fees in February. You can see here it says $3,115, and then it breaks it all down, all these lovely, lovely fees. So it looks like they reversed one of my reimbursements. I did notice that they happened to find some stuff that I didn't recognize as being recent. So they must have found a box and reversed the reimbursement they originally gave me. But you can see that there. So if you wanted to see, again, all of your fees for like the whole year to date, how much have I paid in Amazon fees? If you remind me in the comments on this video, because it comes out on the March 31st and I'm filming it on the 14th, if you remind me in the comments, I will let you know how the forecast did, how my sales were. So it says I'm going to do 14,000 in March, and we will see when the 31st comes around what I actually did. So you can see my year-to-date information here. Now let's see how much Amazon fees I paid year-to-date. $8,234 in Amazon fees. I've got my expenses in here. I'll highlight those in just a moment when we get to that. But yeah, so I like this. What was this, last month? So if you ever want to know what your Amazon fees are, because I get that question a lot, you could pull the reports in Amazon, but this just makes it so much easier. Okay, so anytime I click on a box, so let's click on today. It's going to tell me these two orders that two products that I've sold today. You can click over here on this box and it's going to tell you the breakdown of this item. So this is just for today, but if I click on the month box, oh, sorry, I can't click the forecast. So if I click on the month box, it's going to pull up everything I've sold this month. And so you can see for the 39 units I've sold, I've made 45% margin, 200% ROI, $665 profit. And you can see the breakdown of all of it here. So Amazon fees, cost of goods, my profit, all of that really easy right here. I find it very helpful. You got your ROI and your margin. So this is what I can see literally in store on the mobile app. So it makes it really easy. Sellerboard did tell me that they are working to invest more into their app because they didn't realize how much we would use it. And so they are going to be adding more to the app, hopefully, if you're watching this, Sellerboard. So they will be adding more to the app, and already they've added more where you can see these tiles and everything. So the app is getting better and better, and so is the software. So it's definitely worth it. Okay, so if we go back to today, what I wanted to show you is how I used to input my cost of goods. There is a couple different ways. So this is one way where you can see my cost of goods for this item is not here. You would see if you weren't on demo mode, because I'm on demo mode, you can't see it, but I make my SKUs like Walmart 997 BE for the break even, and then whatever that break even price is. So since I make my SKUs that way, I can now know my cost of goods. So I know this one because I just know what it is, was $19.86. So right now you can see it's saying my net profit is $45, but after I enter this cost of good and hit enter, it takes a little bit. This is a slower way to do it. And this is how I make sure, before I share my numbers like publicly anywhere, I make sure that all of my cost of goods are inputted, because that's how you're going to get your correct profit. Yeah. Okay, so now that I've entered the cost of goods, you can see that profit went down to $25. This is a brand new bundle I just made this week, and it sold today. I was like, yeah, first one sold. So that's why it doesn't have a rank or anything right now. I did not advertise it. It just sold on its own. And after probably tomorrow, it'll probably have a rank. So that's really awesome. But again, you can see all of the different breakdown of the items. So I know this customer paid for shipping because I'm not selling it for $82, but I saw it was an expedited order. So they obviously paid for shipping on it. So when it's fully processed through and I've bought the shipping, the shipping will be showing up here. Oh, I guess they paid $24.99 for shipping. Cool. Okay, so this is the main dashboard. You can also, I don't ever look at it this way, but if you wanted to, you can look at it this way with the chart. So now on the chart view, it's already got my March 1 through 14, so just the month to date, but you can also change it again by whatever view you would like to look at. And then we can see these are my units sold, advertising costs. So you can see I was advertising some other bundles earlier this year, but I kind of have stopped, or sorry, last year, but I've kind of stopped advertising so much. And you can see my December information. So it's got net profit, advertising cost is the little red one that you can hardly even see, and then refunds is this bar. So this is just another way. And then you have all your products again right here. P&L. This is a clear way to see. So earlier when I showed the more and it had the little chart of like Amazon fees. So this is on the P&L. You can see all the fees, everything in a very clear by month chart. So again, you can filter it however you want, but I think this by month is really cool. So you can see my sales for every month all the way back for a year, so to last March. And then you can see if we want to know our Amazon fees every month, again, you could click it, expand it, or not expand it, and now see your month fees. Again, whichever column you've clicked on, it's going to show the products you've sold that month down here. So it's changed to February and my February sales. And then we've got the trends. So this is if you wanted, again, I don't dig, it's so robust what Sellerboard does. I don't really dig into this part of it, but you could, and maybe you should, and maybe I should. But you'll be able to see the trends of your product. So if I want to know what this product, like how it sold every month, you can see my December sales for it were good, November. So clearly this was something, it's probably one of my Q4 bundles. But you can see if you want to look at refunds. If you want to know if a product of yours is getting a lot of refunds, this is going to tell me what the refunds are. So this is, again, something you can just click into and see in more detail. So this is telling me the different items. So clearly, I almost know what this is, even though I have no idea because it's blurred for me too. But I have a feeling this is one of those things I said I was never going to sell again because I've been getting so many returns for it. Over here, if you want to see your different columns, so you can see the columns I have, but if you want to see, I don't know, promo, if you're running a promo or refund percent or refund costs, Amazon fees. If I wanted to see the Amazon fees broke down by item, I could add it there. I don't really need to see it like that, but if you wanted to, you can add the columns. And this goes for this one too. So you can add whatever things you would like to see. If you have a specific item that you're looking for, so if I wanted to see all my Barbie items, I could, it's a little hard for me because it's blurred out, but let's just say I want to see all my Barbie items, and then I would hit filter. I do this a lot if I'm reordering stuff. I want to know, like, okay, I have a holiday brand that I sell every year, and I wanted to know what I needed to reorder from that brand. So I went ahead and I searched the brands, grabbed all the ASINs, and then it's going to tell me here. I would recommend, if you're doing it this way, to change to a custom range and be like, okay, I wanted to know all the Barbie I sold from December to January, let's say. Which I don't know if I even have any. But now it's going to tell me everything for this custom range. Here, wait, yeah, I don't think, oh no, there is something. Okay, so now these are all the Barbie items I've sold from December to January, and they are showing here on the bottom. So you could see it's got all my Barbie items, but this, clearly I only sold the one. If I had to guess, it's probably that car, that Corvette. Okay, so that's it for our dashboard overview. Now we're gonna go into the products page. So this products tab here is where you can do your cost of goods two different ways. So right here, I can click cost of goods, and it's gonna filter and show me my highest cost of goods. And then if I do it this way, my ones that have 0. So I don't have my SKU here, and I already know this is an old product. But if, say I didn't wanna see this product at all, because I sold it like literally 6 years ago, the numbers don't matter to me. I don't want to take the time to enter the cost of goods. So I can click hide here. And if I save it, it's no longer going to show these products in my data, which is great because I don't need to see them. If you make your SKUs like I do, where your SKU would have your cost of goods, so you could do $9.97. $10.99, whatever. I'm making up this cost of goods, and then you hit save, and it's going to save the cost of goods. So now it has your cost of goods. So you see this thing here called constant. You can add, say you bought something 2 years ago from Tuesday morning that was $14.99. And now last year's Tuesday morning, while they were still around, it went up to $16.99. So now you can do add by period. And I'm going to say, okay, this cost of goods of $9.97. So that was the original. So from infinity to infinity. But now I'm getting it, like I said, for a little bit more. So I need to put it in as $12.97. So it's going to go from the beginning till yesterday. The cost was $9.97. Now from today until infinity, until I do another one, now the price is $12.97. So that's how you can add a price if you have like a new price for something that you've been selling. So now everything I sell from today on for that item is going to be showing you or me in my dashboard with the new cost of goods. So I'm getting an accurate profit picture. Okay, now I've taken it off demo mode so I can show you this a little clearly because I didn't want to save something as a cost if I didn't know what it was. So anyways, you see here, so I got this at Grocery Outlet at some point for $5.41. So that's my SKU, so $5.41. This one was $4.66. And then you would just hit save here and it's going to save it. You could sit there and go down like that. When I used to do it before I knew about the upload way, I would just do it every other week basically. I would see what I sold. I did it the other way because, like I said, I have all these really old products that I didn't want to sit there and do the time to do it. I didn't use this screen, but this screen is very helpful because most sellers are not like me and have all those old ones they didn't want to do. But if you do, there's a way to upload your cost of goods. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to batch upload a cost of goods into Sellerboard. Now, this is going to be easiest if you have a software like Inventory Lab that you also use for your shipments, and that has your costs in it. Then you can do a VLOOKUP and add your costs very easily. Or you can use this spreadsheet either way, like I just said, with having somewhere where you can pull your costs from Inventory Lab, and that's going to be the fastest way. The other way is just to pull the spreadsheet and then manually look at your SKUs. So let's jump into how to upload your cost of goods into Sellerboard. First thing you're going to want to do from this product page, again, is hit import. Even though this says cost of goods, you don't want that one. You want this product template. So we're going to download the template. Now I have blurred all of this out because it's all my real information and all my products, but it has the ASIN, the SKU, the title, labels. So if you wanted to add labels into Sellerboard, you could add labels here. So I want to say, maybe I want the supplier. So this is a Walmart item. I'm going to add a Walmart label. Cost period start date. So this is where it's going to, remember when I showed you a second ago how you can add a new one? If you're doing this every month or twice a month or whatever it is, then just pick the last time you did it and only do the ones. So you can see I have all these costs already. I only really want to upload the ones that don't have a cost unless I'm uploading a new cost. So this is one I've already done. So the way I did it, you can only have one sheet on this when you upload it back into it. So all I did was I pulled my stock history from Inventory Lab, and now you can see it already has all of my costs of goods in it, and there were some that were missing. So this one I got from TJ Maxx $7.99, so I had to manually add $7.99 over here. So I just, like I said, I used my SKU back and forth to add it. Then I did a VLOOKUP with the ASIN. So to do a VLOOKUP, I'm going to pull the ASIN over here. I need to rearrange my labels over here. So ASIN's already here, so that's good. I need to add a new sheet. Copy this whole sheet. Now that I've got my costs and everything, I don't actually need other columns. So in column A, you want whatever you are looking up if you're not familiar with the VLOOKUP. Whatever on the two sheets you're going to look up need to be matching. So I've got the ASINs. Then over here, the best way I can say to do it and how I did it, because this is going to pull everything from Sellerboard, I went ahead and filtered the sheet. And then I said, only show me blanks, because that means those items don't have costs. Then you go right here, equals VLOOKUP. I want column A, comma, go back to the sheet, column A, but I need the data from column B, so I'm going to select all the way over. If you needed the data from column F, you would go all the way to F. Then you count, physically count. So this is in column 1, 2, so you put a 2, and then false. This is a formula that I literally have memorized from like my very first job out of college. Now over on this screen, it's going to tell you, oh, see, I did a period instead of a comma. And now NA means that the product was not found on the other sheet. So that's fine because that's probably some of my really old items. But you would just copy this all the way down. Now, if you're going to do it like this, you need to copy. So control copy. And then you want to paste special values only. And now I don't want the NAs, so I'm going to do a find and replace. I understand you're going to have to come back to this, and I'm trying to go slow, but I know it's a lot if you're not totally used to all of this spreadsheet stuff. So we're going to do a find and replace, control find. I want to find NAs, replace with nothing, hit replace all, hit done. Okay. So I just did this a couple weeks ago, or the 9th, so like, not even, I did it last week. So there's nothing for me to upload into this right now. So let's just pretend I've added my cost period. I've added my cost of each item. If you want to add a shipping cost per order, if you have any of these other things, I just left them. But if you needed to add them, you would upload them here. Now, I have to get rid of this sheet now that I'm done with it, because you can only have one sheet. Now I'm going to download this and I'm going to select the file and upload it. I'm not going to actually do it, but it does work because I did it last week. So now, again, I didn't do it from my really old stuff because I don't even know what half of these, some of them don't even have the real SKU. But that's how you can mass import your cost of goods into Sellerboard. Okay, the next one I'm going to walk you through is the expense tab. So on this one, this is really handy because you can add in all the expenses. So I do almost all of my softwares on an annual basis. So I just have them as annual. So you can see these are tactical arbitrage, Be Cool, and I am blank. Oh, no, this is Inventory Lab. And this is something else. Keepa. I was like, what is it? Okay, so let's say I want to add, I'm going to have a repricer coming on soon. So we'll type it. I currently use Be Cool, but I'm not going to keep using them. And let's say it was $500 a year. So you could click here, whatever your expense is annually. But I don't want it to take it out. I don't want this $500 to hit me today. So what I'm going to do is amortize it so that every day it spreads across 365 days, that $500 a year. So now, because it's amortized, it is going to save it, and it's not going to hit my account all at once, which is really helpful because that would make me real sad if all of a sudden I'm negative $400 something today because of this one expense hitting it. Oh, I forgot to categorize it. So you can categorize it. So this is a software, and hit save. And now you can see back on the dashboard, we go back to the regular view. So you could also do this, once a month. You can get all of your expenses together and enter them into Sellerboard. You could do them once a week, whatever works for you. But you can now use Sellerboard to categorize all of your expenses. And so now you really know the true profit of your business because you're seeing it right here. So now you can see back on the dashboard, it's pulling in my expenses. So yesterday I had gross profit of $100, woo-hoo. And because of the expenses being pulled out on the daily basis of the whole annual one pulling out daily, that amortization. So now you can see $97 is what I make after you take out all of the expenses that I have. So when you buy boxes, when you buy polybags, whatever you're buying that is not cost of goods, you can add those expenses in the Sellerboard and get the true profit picture of your business. Okay, moving on. So there is a way to do PPC here, and they've explained it to me, and it sounds like it's a really cool. I just don't do a lot of PPC, so I can't really speak to it, but it does tell you, like, they'll tell you the best keywords to be using, which ones to turn on and off. There's a lot that it can do if you do use PPC. So I would recommend checking out Sellerboard and looking into, I'm sure they have their own videos on how to use this. Unfortunately, I don't use it, so not yet anyways. So when I do, you can know that I will tell you more about it. Inventory. So on the inventory planner, this is more for businesses that, well, what I think, you can use it how you want to use it. Businesses where you maybe have a prep center or you're buying stuff in bulk. So if I ever get to a model that's more distributor heavy, or my bundles that I'm doing, the more wholesale kind of model, I could use this to know, okay, so for this specific product, if it's going to tell me the sales velocity, so how many units a day, how much stock I have on hand, some actual products I have in stock. So I've got 48 of this product. I'm selling, almost one a day, not totally one a day. If I wanted to add in, so I can know, plan this for inventory planning. So say I'm gonna have 100 units at a prep center. I don't use a prep center, but let's just pretend you have one. You can say you have 100. I've also got 200 on order, so I've got 300 total. It's telling me I have 67 days of stock left, and I should not order until 400 something days because this product's not totally selling all that great. But anyways, you can see all this stuff. So if you have stock that you want to plan your replens, if you're doing more wholesale, bigger buys, you definitely use the planner to help you plan out your business and keep track. Retail arbitrage sellers, play around with it, see if you want to use it. I personally don't currently use it. Purchase orders, you could create purchase orders. So this is, again, if you're buying from one supplier, if you're doing more wholesale or distributor, you could enter in the purchase orders here. And what that's going to do is pull through to your planner. So it's going to know where I physically entered. It would already know this is many how you have on order because you've created a purchase order. Technically, I could do this with some of the stuff I'm buying wholesale right now. But I'm not right now. But you could. So then you have the purchase orders and it's going to pull it into your planner. FBA shipments, you can look at this one if you're like me and a retail arbitrage seller. So with the FBA shipments, it's not creating shipments, but it's pulling in all of your shipments and it's going to tell you where it's at. I would use this just as like a gauge, like a visual gauge to see where everything is at and what shipments I need to look into. I don't do anything in Sellerboard. I just use it as data. And then I go to Amazon to, we'll see here. So this one, they've closed it and they're saying that I didn't ship one of these units. So that's what the red is telling you. So anything that's red, you would want to hop over to Seller Central and look at. But you can see it. If it wasn't on demo mode, you'd be able to see the actual information. But here's another one. They're saying I didn't receive it. So I would want to go over to the Amazon Seller Central and open a case and have them look into these shipments. So it's really helpful just to know where are they at. So these are still receiving. These are closed as of today. And you can just go and look at any problem shipments here very easily. Autoresponders. So I've talked about this before, but autoresponders are how I use them. So you can use them for product page review requests. So I have a lot of bundles. So I have one ongoing, which is my bundles campaign. So I have 24 bundles right now where I have this set up to email the customers. It's just Amazon's own template, which is going to email the customers after they've bought it. I think I have it set up to go 5 days after delivery. It's going to ask them how they like their product. And as you can see, it's just the regular old Amazon review requests. So this way, my bundles will get product page reviews, and now that's going to help the bundle sell better where I maybe don't have to advertise it. So this is what I have it on. I don't have to make a new one. I literally will just come in here and add in my new bundles as I create more bundles. And then you would hit save after you add them, and now you have this. Oh, one thing on this original dashboard that I just totally clicked over. They do have reports that you can very easily pull. This is the report, stock history report, where you would pull at the beginning and end of the year. So basically the same time. I want to know if you're doing your inventory, model for your bookkeeping and taxes as accrual, then you would want to know how much you have on hand at the end of the year because you are doing your cost of goods sold. If you're doing the cash method, which is what I'm doing, everything I buy for inventory, I'm taking that expense when I buy it, not when it sells. So there's two different ways. I have a whole bunch of tax videos on that, but there's two different ways you can do it. So if you were doing it the accrual way, you would need to know how much stock you had on hand at any time. But you can also do this, say I want to know how much I have on hand as of today. I can also click download and download a report, and it's going to pull up my stock value and everything as of right now. Y'all know Amazon reporting is super clunky and cumbersome and hard to find and all that. So I like that Sellerboard makes it easy. So you can see sales by product by month. If you have your advertising on, repeat customers, again, maybe that's more wholesale, I don't know. But play around with the reports and see what you like. So dashboards by product, if you want to see how your products are doing, the specifics, then you want to see this one. Dashboard by month, dashboard by day. Those are going back to this dashboard here. Okay. Money back. Again, Sellerboard makes all these reports super easy. So on the money back, you can easily, so it's telling me I am owed, they think $740. So all I would have to do is download a report that they already have for me, and they already have a template here for me. The reason I can't hit download again is because I'm on that demo mode. But look at this. It already has a template. I can copy, paste, and a help ticket for Amazon. Hello, it looks like the following stock was damaged and went missing, and I can't see where it was reimbursed. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to have the information where I would add that to it. So I would have that from the report, the ASIN, the transaction date, all of that. And then you just send this to Amazon, and hopefully you'll be getting reimbursed. So that is the lost and damaged one. They also have for any returns you're owed money for, so customer returns. After 60 days, if they didn't return it, then Amazon's supposed to give you the money back because the customer kept the return. So again, it's saying I have potentially $576. Again, you just download a report and then contact Seller Central, and it tells you how to do it right here. Fulfilled by Amazon, orders, request reimbursement, and then it has links to your account to just pop and open. Then we have FBA change fees. So Sellerboard is tracking, kind of like Keepa, they're tracking the fees that you're paying on your FBA shipments. Sometimes maybe Amazon remeasured a product or another seller entered the dimensions wrong, and so the fee is going to change. So you want to know if those fees did change in a bad way. Hopefully it's going to be less, but if they went up, you definitely want to know about that. So you can use this, again, run the report and contact Seller Central to ask about the fee changes if they don't make sense to you. Sellerboard makes it very easy to just pull the report and have all the information you need. The last thing I want to talk about today is the dashboard for alerts. So Sellerboard's actually tracking all kinds of changes all the time for your products. So in this alerts dashboard, it's telling me all the different things that they're tracking. So the first thing you want to do is settings. So if an ASIN lost its parent, if the brand changed, to me, that's a major issue. I want to know if someone's changing the brand. You can select if it's major or minor. And then you can select notification and Sellerboard, or if I want to get an email. So you can see some of them I want to know an email. I don't think I meant to say that one. But if the commission changed, I want to know about it on Sellerboard. If the dimensions changed, I want to know about it. If the fee changed, I want to know about it. If the shipment had an issue, again, want to know about it. But I said that's a minor one. It's important, but not really important for me anyways. The big ones that I want to know about are if a listing closed. If I didn't close that listing, it does tell me when I did it, but I want to know if suddenly listing's closed. So maybe your listing closed because of a document request. You want to know that, right? Because now I need to return my FBM inventory. So I have that emailing me. If the listing changed to text, I'm sure you guys have had a seller change something on a listing for you. I recently saw one. Oh, I got to show it to you right here. So on this example, it's a number 7 lotion or face lotion or something. I can't remember. It's an old product. I don't have it anymore. But a seller changed the whole listing to be a screen protector, and Sellerboard alerted me to that change. Since I don't sell it, I don't care. But that stuff does happen. And if you're not paying attention and someone orders it, Amazon's going to send them the thing you originally sent, and the customer in this case is going to be expecting a screen protector, and that is not a face lotion, right? So you want to know when these things are happening, and Sellerboard makes it super easy. If the image changed, again, these are ones I want to know about it because they're affecting, but if I got negative feedback, seller feedback, again, I want to know about it, so it's going to email me there. You can set up all of your alerts here, hit save, and then when we go to the dashboard, now you can see, because I didn't have a lot of minor, I said they were all major. You can see I have 275 major alerts that I wanted to know about and 3 minor. And say this item, okay, yeah, I understand, I got it. Nothing to do there, nothing to do. You'd hit resolve, and now it's changing to 8 resolve. So I like it to know it. I don't actually take the time to resolve them all, as you can see, but I just like to be knowing, because I love that email. I get it every day, and I scroll through and see if anything really needed to be like done and addressed today, and if not, then I just do it another day. So I really like this alerts page. I did not even know, it's been here forever, I didn't even know it existed. So that is a rundown of Sellerboard and how much it's going to help you see into your business beyond just the Amazon app and Amazon's reporting, which is super cumbersome. So like I said, Sellerboard has very generously given you 2 months free, no credit card required. The link is below, or at yoursellingguide.com/Sellerboard. It will give you that 2-month free option. It has really changed and opened my eyes to how much money I'm actually making on my business. I've been using it for I think 4 or 5 years now. I don't know what I would do without it. I don't know how I did my business before it, actually. It's very helpful, and I would highly recommend checking it out for your business today. Hope this video was helpful, and let me know how you like Sellerboard. I absolutely love it. That's why I talk about it all the time. It just is so clearly showing you how your business is doing. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now, but I will be back next week with another Amazon selling video.